Hello, self leaders. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Let's get started. The Easter holiday is here and we want to make the very best of it. Welcome to the self-led class Easter cohort. Yesterday, I told you that your major activities are going to start today. Now, not your major activities because your classes are going to start from the 14th. Your pre-activities are starting today and your first task is what I'm about to show you. Now, remember, I told you to come with a cardboard paper and your ruler. So you'll be using them for this class. So let's get started. Now, the very first thing you want to do, the first task you have is to plan your holiday. Yes, that was why I asked you to buy cardboard paper, get a ruler and a pencil. Now, this is my holiday planner template. I have not planned it. I'm going to plan it. Here is what you want to do. If you look at this space closely, you will see the days of the month. The days that are going to be in the holiday from 4th of April to 26th of April, because schools are likely going to resume on the 28th. I actually stopped here because my cardboard couldn't take more than 24 days. So if you can manage your lines, your cardboard can take more than 24 days, that is fine. You can plan for the entire month. You can even use this planner as a template for every month for your entire year. Now, these are the days of the month: 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th till 26th. If you look here closely, what we have here is time of the day: 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You have it until you get to 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, this is because I assume that you wake up 6 a.m. and you go to bed 9 p.m. Now, these are your active time. It is this active time that you want to plan. Of course, from 9 p.m. to 6 the following day, you are sleeping. I want to assume you are sleeping. However, if you wake up earlier, if you wake up 5 a.m., you can draw your own, rule your lines to capture when you wake up. You don't have to just copy mine, hook, line, and sinker. You can draw your line to get it, to capture 6 and 5 a.m. And if you sleep later than 9 p.m., you can also capture your line you can also draw your line to capture 10 p.m. That said, so the next thing you want to do now is to look at your goals you have set. Every single thing you have set out to do for the term, for the holiday. For example, the goals I have here, I have the self-led class. What are you going to do with the self-led class? You are going to go to, what time are you going to have your self-led class? Are you between the ages of 8 and 12, which means your class is going to be 14th, 16th, 18th. That's the first week, and you are going to have it 4:30 to 6 o'clock. So what you are going to do, you are going to go to where you have 4:30 on the 14th. 14th is Monday. So 14th, 4:30, 4 o'clock. This is 14th, 4 o'clock here. So you are going to write it here. Self-led mentorship class. You get you are following it, right? You are going to write it there.
Yes.
Now the following day, the following class which you have 16th, Wednesday 16th, you are also going to go to Wednesday 16th and write it in the box. You trace it up 4:30, 4 o'clock, between 4 o'clock, so you block it. That is how you plan your holiday. Now, these are not the only things you are putting in your planner. You are also looking at other activities that you'll be having during the holiday. You have, one of the tasks you have is in the Boss of Me magazine. The task is for you to do something fun and creative. So you are going to choose a time of the day you are going to be carrying out the activity. Now, the idea is to help you stay productive during the holiday. You don't want to stay random. You want to know exactly what you are doing, when you are doing it, how you are doing it, where you are doing it. You want to be intentional. So what you want to do is you are going to allocate a time during the day that you know that, okay, you want to carry out the creative activity. You know, okay, you want to say, okay, let's say the days I don't have my class, I'll carry out the activity at 4 p.m. So you go to where you have 4 p.m., you write the activity there. The days I have my class, I'll carry out the activity 2 p.m. On the 14th, you have your class. So because you have your class at 4 p.m. on the 14th, you want to move the activity to maybe in the morning, 9 a.m. or 2 p.m. or after the class. So you have other activities. Now let's look at another one. You also have the one, maybe in the class, you will be encouraged to have discussions with your parents. After each class, you take your lessons and you share with your parents, you ask them questions. You are also going to look at, okay, what time do I want to have these discussions with my parents? Let's say 6 p.m. or let's say after the class, immediately after the class, I have these discussions with my parents. So you go to that time after the class, you block it. That is when I'll have the discussion with my parents. Now, this is the first task you want to do. You actually want to draw your planner now, and every other thing. Let me share with you some of the activities we intend having this Easter. We intend having my self-led class, fun activity from the Boss of Me magazine, Bible study time. We intend having that. Reading 7 habits. Yes, you also have a book to read. 7 Habits of Effective Teenagers, right? You have that book to read. So what you want to do, you want to allocate a specific time of the day when you can read that book. You don't want it to be like a chore. You just want, okay, every day I'm going to devote 30 minutes to reading this book. So it can be in the morning, as soon as I wake up, before anyone else wakes up, I am going to spend 30 minutes reading 10 pages of the book. I'm going to spend 30 minutes reading 20 pages of the book. So you are going to have that. Now look for the time you are going to read that book and lock it down. That's another thing you are going to do. Then you have your chores. What are your chores? What time do you do your chores? Then you're also going to go to the time you do your chores in your planner and write it down. Then you now have your TV, your television time, your play time. What time do you watch TV, or do you want to watch TV? What time do they show your favorite programs? You want to go to that time and lock it down. The idea is you are not going to just do things randomly. You don't do things, oh, when I remember, I will do it. You don't want to wait for your mom or your dad to start calling you, oh, it's self-led time, come and go and attend class. You don't want that. You want to take charge of yourself. You want to take ownership of yourself. So you want to do your things by yourself without anyone reminding you. Now, this is what we mean by self-ownership. So whatever you want to do, you want to look at it and you want to lock it down. Easter Sunday also, you want to go to your planner and write Easter Sunday down. You want to go to your planner and write Good Friday down. You want to go to your planner. In your planner, you can also write, oh, you have your favorite cousin's birthday. You want to remember to wish them well on their birthday. You can go to your planner and write it there. Happy birthday to someone. Just look for a corner and write it. Now, this is the planner. This is the first thing you are going to do. I hope it's very clear. Now, when you get this video, if it's not clear, feel free to ask questions. Now, let's talk about being able to be realistic with your time. Because it is one thing to actually plan your day, another thing for you to be able to follow up with the time. One of the reasons you will not be able to follow up with the time is if you just plan your day randomly. You don't put some factors into consideration. For example, if you say, okay, I want to have conversations with my parents after the class, will your parents be available after each class? If they will not be available, so you want to look for a time they will be available. A time you know that they are always available to now plan your discussions with them. Same thing applies to every other thing. You want to go and have carry out your fun activity. Then you want to look for a time that will be available. You don't want to have your fun activity when they are showing your favorite program on TV. So at the end of the day, you will not be able to carry out your fun activity because you'll be torn between choosing your favorite program and carry out your fun activity. And if you choose your favorite program, what if you forget? So you actually want to like plan your holiday in such a manner that you have time for specific time for everything, and those specific time are free time. Your fun activity will happen at such time that you know that nothing will interrupt you. Now, there is one more thing you can do to also remind you, is to set alarm. After planning your day like this, your holiday like this, what you want to do is to set alarm for key activities. You want to set your alarm for your fun activity so that you don't forget. You want to set your alarm for your self-led time so that you don't forget. You want to set your alarm for your discussion with your parents so that you don't forget. You just want to set your alarm. When your alarm rings, you go and see, oh, what do I have? Oh, it's time to discuss with my parents. You go and discuss with your parents. Now, this is your first activity, and what I want you to do is to create this activity and share it. I'll also be sending you some materials. So what you want to do is to read them. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Are you ready, self leaders?